Okay, I'm going to start off with a chemical change today. I have matches. Match. Okay. I can't get it to go. Failure! Oh, I can smell it. Try the other side. There we go. Alright, it lit on fire. And it's burning. Okay, I'm going to put it out now. So, that was our first chemical change. Okay, for the second change, we're going to do a physical change. I'm going to heat up some water. Okay. That was a chemical change, by the way, when I lit the thing. Pretty neat, right? I'm going to end up making tea with that water, by the way. That'll be another physical change. Okay, another physical change. Here we have nice tube tray. Ta-da! And going to put this in the freezer. Alright. And when we open that back up again, it'll be frozen. Alright, so open the freezer up again. Pull this out. And voila, we have ice cubes. Okay. Water, which was once liquid, is now a solid ice cube. I went through phase change, which is a physical change. As you can see, well, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but there's little bubbles forming. And now we're going to take this, turn that off, alright. Take this. Whew. Okay. There you go. Now it's in the cup. Take the tea. I put it in. Okay. I can smell the tea now. It would be delicious. Alright. Add a little more water to that. Okay, I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to let it boil. So, the tea dissolved into the water, which was a physical change. Alright, I'm going to add some milk and sugar to it. There we go. I might add a little too much milk. Okay. So there we go. Sugar dissolved into the tea and water. That was a chemical change. I mean, not. That was a physical change. My bad. Okay. Now it's ready to drink. Delicious. Let's go tea. And then goes down my throat into my stomach, where a bunch of chemical changes happen. Acid in the stomach does some digesting there, and that's lots of chemical changes going on inside your body all the time. Okay. Alright, so here I have the water starting to boil here. Okay. Which means it's going from liquid to gas. As you can see, if I do this, inside the glass, the water has changed from a gas to liquid again. Ain't that just neat? Ta-da! Okay, now to show... Oh, wrong thing. Okay. To show that things dissolving in water is a physical change, I'm going to add some salt to this. Put it until it dissolves. Okay. So now the salt is dissolved into the water. But after a while, boiling, the water will change to gas, and you'll see that there is still salt on the bottom of the pan because the salt did not change to a gas. Alright, we'll let that happen for a while. Okay, you can now see that there is salt around the edge of the pan.
Hey, you ain't getting ready.
There you go.
Huh? Why me? Just get the cigarette, not my face.
You should smoke it.
Don't get my whole face.
Why?
'Cause
It's too late. Just
That ain't right.
anyway. Smoking. Lots of chemical changes happen when people smoke cigarettes.
That ain't right. I don't want to be in that picture.
Why not?
Because.
Anyway. Yup. So, we have another chemical change here. Oh.
I told you, honey. What? Be careful with that. That bleach.
Yeah.
Careful.
There we go.
Reception went over to 115 left.
Okay, so we have bleach. And towel here. What we're going to do is going to pour some bleach on this. Okay. Let that soak in a little bit. Okay, and what happened is change color, which represents, that's how you know that chemical change happened. Changing color is something that you can tell that. Okay, that's pretty neat. Okay, so change color. If I hadn't rinsed it out, it actually would have eaten a hole through the cloth because it's that strong. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I have one more chemical change here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hands. Okay. So what happened there is that soap is a base. It's used to remove acids and oils from our skin. You might have noticed how slippery ammonia or sodium oxide. So just go over what we had before. Okay, the match. Chemical changes happened when you lit it on fire. Okay, I have one more chemical reaction to do. Here I have a tarnished penny. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some ketchup on it. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a while. Take this penny, I'm gonna rinse it off. And as you can see, the ketchup has removed some of the tarnish from the copper of the penny. Okay, so I'm going to explain some of the chemical changes. When the bleach changed the color of the rag, that was a chemical change. When something changes color, you'll know that it's a chemical change. Same with the penny, changed the color of the penny. We took the tarnish off, the chemicals did that. When you light a cigarette, cigarette burns and reacts with oxygen in the air to form new compounds. Plus, when you suck it into your system, the nicotine chemical goes into your brain and everywhere, and it causes chemical reactions and stuff to happen in your brain, calm you down and everything, so people get addicted, and yeah. So when the bleach changed the color of the dye, it was called oxidation. The bleaching action changes the chemical structure of the dye so that it is no longer colorful. So that's what happens there. So when you get pennies, they're shiny, you know, copper colored, and then the copper oxide is formed when copper combines with oxygen, so it changes color, gets all tarnished, but then when you put the ketchup on it, the vinegar and the ketchup combines with the copper oxide, and it changes into a chemical called copper acetate. Copper acetate can be wiped off the penny, and so then it gets all shiny again. Okay, when you light the match, you know it's a chemical change because you can't get the match back. You can't relight it again. If you let it burn long enough, it's going to change into ash, and you can't get the wood back. Yeah. And as I demonstrated, when sugar or salt dissolves into water, you know it's a physical change because you can get it back. You can heat up the water, make the water just evaporate into the air, change it to a gas, and the salt or sugar will be on the bottom of the pan or whatever, so you know that it's physical change. Right, and when water changes from a liquid to a solid, you know it's a physical change because you can get it back into a liquid again by melting the ice, and it'll be water as a liquid again. When you boil water and you turn it into a gas, you can make it back into a liquid by, you know, putting some glass or something over it, and it will condense into water onto the glass because the glass is cooler than the steam, so it changes to a liquid. So that wraps up my chemical / physical changes experiment thing that I did with you today.